During the next restart, Austin Dillon gets a good jump over Hamlin, but he couldn't keep him off for long. On lap 179, Hamlin pushes Dillon, makes a move on the inside, sliding him up the track, and steals back the lead.
Up the racetrack, he went again, a little contact made.
That move did not sit well with the number 33 team.
Get to him today. You always want the ball.
Nonetheless, Hamlin would hang on to that lead, grabbing his first career win at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Win number 44, Denny Hamlin will bring that FedEx Toyota to the start-finish line and then drop a John Force-style burnout for the crowd here at the Talladega. It is Denny Hamlin celebrating his victory here this afternoon. Sunoco, yeah, he had enough Sunoco fuel. Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR. Sunoco fueling victories all season long.
But wait, it's not official yet. Denny Hamlin went below the double yellow line. NASCAR is reviewing the finish of this race. Denny Hamlin went not just below it, he went all 4 tires below the double yellow line while
Has about 2,000 feet to the finish line to win the Bud Shootout for the first time. Hamlin low, Busch up high. Here they come, 3 wide to the stripe, and the winner is
3 wide.
probably Kurt Busch, because Denny Hamlin went below the yellow line.
Yeah, that was definitely, he advanced his position by being out of bounds. There's no question on that one.
White flag in the air. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
He's going to have one more chance getting into 3. That's where it's going to come. He's right to the bumper of him.
Take him now. Take him now.
He's going to get to him, get him loose. He is loose. Got him loose. He got to wiggling.
They're going to be side by side.
But Denny had to lift.
He did.
Oh, he turned him.
And Larson's in the wall.
Oh, my gosh.
Barely tapped him. Run, Denny. Oh, goodness gracious.
Going through 3 and 4. One more time around when they get the white flag. Kyle Larson out in front of Richmond. And up into the wall goes the 78 hard. Caution will come out. Kyle Larson will be the winner.
Are y'all going to say it or me?
Go ahead.
Okay. The 11 is waiting on Ross Chastain, I believe.
Or is he?
Here we go.
Yes, he might be.
Here we go.
Running down.
Wow, there on his high, really
It was a show.
He run down the racetrack and then tried to get to him, but obviously the handling's down. You knew he was going to show his displeasure.
Maybe is that all he showed? So, is that it?
Well, that was the first stab at it.
And they have a history together. Jamie.
Well, Ross Chastain and spotter and crew chief were all on board. They said, all right, what do you guys think? And Ross said, surely he won't. They said, time it out right and try to get around them. Regan?
Well, Jamie, right before we saw what just happened down there in the corner, I checked with the 11 team. They said that he absolutely did not have an issue in the corner. They felt like they had just gotten run into is all that took place. And based on Denny's reaction, I'd say that that's how he feels.
We are intensely watching.
Well, let's listen to this.
This is number 11.
35, back to the 2 and 1. The tower just said they think you've made your point. You're right.
And that puts a period on that.
Here we go. Round 3.
Well, we'll keep an eye on this as Kyle Busch leads Joey Logano by a 2.5 seconds. Ryan Blaney another 2.5 seconds back.
Clint, here they are. What do you think?
Timing's a little bit better, but Chastain may wreck him again.
This is good.
He's definitely messing with him.
Inside.
Held him up about as long as he could. Hamlin and Chastain are just going to end up side by side on this restart just by chance. Hamlin 9 laps down and Chastain one of the last cars on the lead lap ahead of BJ McLeod, who got the free pass.
And right behind Ross is his other buddy.
Tell me the
Chase
Lord
Elliott.
don't have a sense of humor. How does that work?
There's Chase right there with him.
This could be almost as fun as the front of the pack, where Michael McDowell and Eric Almirola share the front row. Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick. Here we go.
It's going to be wild again, Mike.
Well, Denny didn't, but
oh,
jeez!
What a double!
It's a double up.
A tag team.
It's the worst case scenario. Both cars you wrecked start side by side to you.
Meanwhile, back at the lead, Michael McDowell takes off from Eric Almirola and Christopher Bell.
It ain't over, Mike.
Nope.
One still got to pass Denny.
And Denny's not giving him any room at all.
I'm going to tell you what, this is a show.
No, there's only one solution to this. Park them both.
What are you going to do about Chase?
But look at the enjoyment we're getting.
Yeah.
Tell you, man, nothing behind you guys here.
After Chase and Denny, you know, fighting over the years and having trouble, now the fans are both. I'm telling you, the one is still having trouble.
Hey, now, Chase, remember,
Denny Hamlin.
The one, if he is considered to have been damaged in that crash, he has 3 laps to make minimum speed, or they'll park him.
Look at the fans. Everybody
Out of the way, man.
is watching this.
Take care of your nose.
That's Brandon McReynolds. Who
He said, push him out of your way, man.
The one spotter. He's got 3 laps to get up to minimum speed, or NASCAR will pull his scoring card, as they did last week with Bubba Wallace.
I wonder if they've mentioned that or thought of that, the team.
Controversy on Twitter. I'm shocked, and this one's actually NASCAR related. So, of course, I'm pretty sure that everybody has seen this by now. Everyone's talked about it. I'm probably a day late, 2 days late, whatever. But it's the clip that Denny Hamlin put out in response to Kyle Larson pretty much costing him $200,000 at a minimum at Talladega on the last lap because he couldn't hold line. And, well, I'll just play you the clip right now.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I saw this initially, I laughed. I'm not going to lie to you right now. I found it funny.
See her back there, and here comes Denny. I think Denny dove out from behind her. She didn't realize he had moved out from behind her. She started to go left, and he was there.
Annette tries to go high, and I believe he had a push from behind. Got tangled up in it.
That
was Kenseth.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know how he missed that.
And Kyle Larson in 42 just as well. You know, the thing about Danica Patrick, Michael Annett, and Jeb Burton, as far as headed into the duels tomorrow, by no means are those 3 drivers safe on speed or owner points.
And here it comes with the number 3, 20 years ago. 20 years of trying for Earnhardt. He won the Daytona 500. Austin Dillon wins the 60th running of the Great American Race.
Wait a minute. Just come on. I'm fucking talking. There it is again.
Teammates last year, rivals this year. Friends, maybe never. But Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin are going to settle this right now.
Whoa, Hamlin cut him some slack. He had a run on him. Hamlin, Joey got loose. He got a little sideways off the floor.
There you go.
Hamlin gave him a shot. A moment to go.
Outside, barely. Outside.
Hamlin there. Logano to the bottom, trying to hold his ground.
That's going to be tough, though. But he's been running good on the bottom. If he can just clear Hamlin right there.
No way. He's going to lose his momentum. They're going to touch hard. Are they going to make it?
Neck and neck.
Down the back, side by side.
Kyle Busch closing in.
Watch out for the third-place car, Kyle Busch. He's looking.
Hamlin edges ahead. They get it. They touch. They touch, and here comes Kyle. Logano on the wall. Hamlin spins down the racetrack, and Kyle Busch wins in California.
I thought they'd be nice to each other. They weren't.
Obviously, there were some questions the other day about could this be a points race next year with Auto Club off the schedule. The idea of this, if it could be a points race, does that just kind of scare you, or is that like, hey, maybe that points race would change how people race?
I think they should put it in the playoffs, personally. That'd be perfect.
And
Michael, remember, Denny Hamlin, he got 4 tires. Ross Chastain, as well as Timmy Hill, Landon Castle, they only went with those 2 tires.
Oh, Chastain loose and up the hill from the front bumper of Hamlin, and the lead has changed.
Now he's struggling. Let's see what happened here down in the corner. Denny, little contact right there, pushes the one up the racetrack. Partner.
Into the turn 2 wall, end up the last cars on the lead lap. Let's show
Denny
you what
comes
happened
up
to Denny
big
and
time,
Chastain.
crowded him, took off in a push, never lifted out of the gas, slams into the side of the 1 car. But maybe he owed him a little bit there. I don't know, huh?
I'm about to get passed by everybody behind me who's on fresh tires. I'm about to finish in the mid-teens. And I said, "You're coming with me, buddy."
Really?
I let the wheel go, and I said, "He's coming with me." And so I've said for a while, well, you got to do something to get these guys' attention, whatever, and I've said it, and I think that Ross doesn't like it when I speak his name in the media and when I had this microphone. But I told him, well, I have a microphone, and I'm going to call it like I see it. And until you get a microphone, you can then say whatever you want about me. But the fact is while I'm sitting here talking, I'm going to call things the way I see it, and sometimes I'm going to have to call myself out, which I'm the dumbass who lost just as many spots as he did. But at the time, I said, well, I'm going to finish anyway, and I'm just going to make sure that he finishes right here with me.
The cool down lap.
Yeah, I can understand them a little bit. They were having some contact at the end of the race. But not sure about some of this other stuff.
I didn't see a whole lot that Denny Hamlin did wrong in that, in trying to race in that scenario there.
Getting some track position, and gosh, it just so hard to pass, and you're going to hear it a lot this week that got a lot of work to do to get these cars to pass each other and things like that. Really, aero tight is a huge deal, and it's just this tire is so hard and the surface is new, so it'll be interesting once we get to some racetracks that got a little bit more tire wear. But really, you could run a whole race on left side tires, and it's not supposed to be that way. So. And it was a good day. I was happy for that run. We definitely we overachieved today, and that's what you got to do when your car's not all that good.
My frustration is Kyle has never showed his face in the garage in 10 years. He's an analyst, but it's not a very informative one because he doesn't know anything. So my beef with Kyle is he has a lot of opinions about a lot of drivers, but he's never once talked to any of them. So to be an analyst, you got to be in the trenches, finding out the stories. I got here on hard work and winning. I didn't get here like he got here.
You saw it. Yeah, turn 1. Hard in the wall. And coming off 4, Logano jumps up in the groove right in front of Denny Hamlin, and wait for it. Pow.
What did we say when we were watching this? If he doesn't move Jeff Gordon, somebody's going to move him.
And that's exactly what happened with his ex-teammate from Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin, in the 11.
But Larry, you see that little tap and how absolutely on the edge these cars are?
a lot of conversation a couple weeks ago after Phoenix on Twitter between yourself and Joey. Was this a carryover, what took place today?
No, it didn't have anything to do with that. Really, you got to control your car, and he slid up into me, and really he would have been in the garage with no radiator in it had I not checked up twice. So, I just, I meant to run into him, didn't mean to spin him out, but, his day was fine. He still had a bad day anyway for whatever reason. So, it's just we finished bad, he finished bad. It's, it's even.
What did he say inside the car?
He said he was coming for me. So I usually don't see him, so it's usually not a factor.
All right, thanks, Denny. Chris?
Chastain up the racetrack. Here comes the 11.
They lean on each other a little bit. Chastain into the wall.
Hard into the wall. He goes around. He'll hit the inside wall as well.
See Chastain drives in the corner deep, gets up the racetrack. Hamlin immediately up the racetrack, pushes Chastain out of the line and into the wall.
In the garage, everyone's known it for months. It's not 2 weeks old. This is something that's been going on for months. They've been warned for a long time, way before Richmond. So this is not something that, oh man, we got, they just told us halfway after Richmond and going in the Loudon that our car's wrong. They knew it was wrong way before that, and I felt like they wanted to get everything they could. What did they have to lose, really? So, you almost can't fault them for that.
There was Mike Ford over talking to Gil Martin as far as crew chief's concerned, and I don't know what was going on. Now we got this is what kind of gets interesting right here. Now we got NASCAR interfering here. Now Gil Martin and Denny Hamlin are going at it. This is what you don't need to be wasting your time doing right now, guys, is trying to separate everybody from the fight. You need to be focused on the race cars.
Well, what's amazing is the way you see John Darby right there, competition director in the blue shirt. It's amazing because they are first and second in the points. They're parked right beside each other.
Now the two drivers are going at it, Kyle.
Yeah, and you see Kevin gets out of the car. Kevin was in the car. Kevin got out of the car to come say something to Denny because Denny was really talking to Gil. Gil did a great job. He listened to what Denny had to say. He didn't get confrontational. He walked off. Denny didn't appear to get confrontational. But when you look at it, NASCAR's there. They're looking at it. This is a war of words right here, and the chase needs to be settled on the racetrack.
He's just a hack. He's just an absolute hack. He gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just, he's terrible. He's just terrible, and he sees one opportunity and he takes it. But obviously, he's got the fastest car every week and he runs 10th. So he didn't want to race us there. We had a good clean race. I moved up as high as I could on the racetrack to give him all the room I could, and he still can't drive.
Clear.
Kyle looking for the lead, 8 laps away from $1 million.
Hamlin is good on the bottom, but that 18 is good on the top, and he blocks him. Oh, he put a block on him in the wall. He put him in the wall.
But he's not going to quit, but here comes the 48 and the 2 of Kurt Busch.
Oh, man.
And Logano.
Then he gets a little bit up the racetrack. You can watch the fire out of the pipes. He's off the gas trying to stay off the side of the 24 car, but still, Byron hits the fence, and he feels like that was Denny's responsibility. You can see how frustrated he is right here, running him shallow into the corner. Looks like there's some contact.
Oh, the 24 of Byron.
Remember what happened off of turn 2. Byron felt like maybe that the 11 ran him into the fence off of turn 2. Byron takes that opportunity to possibly retaliate.
Well, needless to say, Chris Gabehart is livid down here. They're trying to get their position back. Denny Hamlin, even more mad than Chris Gabehart. Listen.
I don't know. I haven't seen a replay of it, but good grief. If he's mad about what happened off of 2, you got tight underneath of him, lifted on.
All right, so Denny Hamlin clearly is upset. This is going all the way down the back straightaway, banging into each other.
Elliott diving, trying to block. Down the backstretch again. Less than 3 to go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around. Hamlin takes the lead, and the caution comes out.
Get it going if you can. Get it.
Denny Hamlin all in the back of the 24.
Flag came out going down the backstretch. You see the 24 showing his displeasure and how he was raced by Denny Hamlin. And then it was time to talk about it.
Chase Elliott, you wrecked me, clearly. That's what he's saying.
If it were that simple. Let's see what happened right here. Yeah, here he does it. Right off the corner. Yeah. Not much doubt in what went on right there, guys. I guess we need to get a camera on the 11 car, and we see Carl Edwards on pit road.
That he pushed us off the racetrack. Clear. Say we owe him a stop and go in turn 10. Stop and go turn 10. Turn 8 now on channel 2. Stop and go in turn 10. That's what it gets for being an idiot.
Cannot block down straight away. No.
Oh, he dumped him.
Oh, Rashawn Hunter.
I think the 38 is slow rolling.
Who's he waiting for?
Hamlin.
Oh no, is he going to wreck Hamlin? Oh, into Denny.
Big crash out of turn 4.
Dale Jr. caught up in that wreck.
Yep.
Idiot. Wants to block when I'm inside and then gets mad when he gets wrecked.
Whoever started that, it was a bad deal. Damn.
Denny Hamlin's chopper couldn't land here. There were cars parked on the helipad, so Eric Almirola, who qualified the car on pole, had to get in and start the race. They left Almirola in it for a while, but after leading the first 43 laps of the race, made the call to put Hamlin in. It took him a while to make the driver change. They lost a lap. It took him forever to get back on the lead lap. Then at lap 144, the free pass finally for Hamlin, and he went back around. Denny Hamlin started the day in Sonoma, California, on the Infinity Raceway road course, practicing his next L Cup car for tomorrow's race. Got here late, jumped in the car after Almirola qualified it on the pole and led the start of the race.
Hell yes.
And it will have all been worth it for him.
You got heart, baby. You got heart. We all love you.
Denny Hamlin wins at the Milwaukee Mile.
Good job, Denny. Eric, if you're listening, you did an awesome job, too. Eric, this is your race car, man. I appreciate everything you did.
So we'd like to see the restart to where we can watch Denny. He, in the middle of the corner, gets position on the 5, then just throttles up, really, and drives up the racetrack, carrying the 5 up the racetrack. We saw this before, but it was Ross Chastain on the outside last year. Again, the 5 hard into the wall. Literally almost the same exact scenario. He comes down the racetrack trying to slow Denny down.
Yeah, you don't mind getting run up the racetrack a little bit, but when you get run up the racetrack this much to where now there's contact and it pushes you out of the groove, you have no choice but to lift out of the throttle, and you're still going to hit the wall. So, yeah, I don't blame him. I'd be mad, too.
Watch on the caution lap, Denny Hamlin in the 20. Ooh, whoa.
You think he was trying to warm his tires up? Didn't see him out there?
What's been going on in the 88 tonight?
Well,
Ain't nothing we did to him until the very end right there. You know, there was several situations, and I think it's just, you know, him racing in the Nationwide Series, not having any Cup experience, learning how to let guys, you know, go at times. And there's many times during the race where I had him cleared except for maybe 2 inches. Instead, you know, he hangs on my right rear quarter and then goes in the corner right on my door. And that pisses drivers off. It's especially guys that know, you know, patience a little bit better than that. And you know, we had a position on him late in the race, and he came from the bottom all the way to the top and cut our nose off just to block us. And we just don't roll like that. It's not the thing to do. And you know, you learn one way or another. But then you know, I was still fine with it. I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just gonna talk to him after the race, and then for some reason, you know, he picked my back tires up in the middle of 1 and 2, pulled up beside me, so I retaliated. So you know, you throw a rock, I'm gonna throw a concrete block back. So you're gonna have to deal with it. You know, don't impress me by having your whole crew over here. You know, bring the driver over here and let us talk about it.
Oh, into the walls, the 22 of Logano. The 11 put the 22 of Logano into the wall as it came off of 4.
And there's some heavy smoke out of the 22, left rear tire run.
He blew a tire, but I mean, he would probably say, it's your track racing. You gonna try to fight off this? No, I'm
He just kind of sends me up there and keeps on going with it. I not say one word to him. I asked him to come over and talk to me, and you know, he chose to slap my helmet, and that, I have a short fuse. Don't do that. I think a lot of it is his frustration over this whole top 35 thing, but I mean, we're racing for bigger and better things. So, you know, hopefully, you know, one day if they get it turned around, I can exchange the favor. But right now, we're the guys racing for the championship. So, you know, heat a little bit. You know, I was battling for a position, and I think Kyle was several seconds off the pace and just, you know, trying to do his best to get out of the way. And I think by doing that, you know, the two cars made contact. I ran in the back of him, absolutely, but, you know, he came off the corner 10 miles an hour slower than he had in laps before, and you know, I gauged off of that. I wasn't counting.
Denny, strong race for you. Just where'd you lose it at the end there?
Just, you know, we had the lead, and the caution came out, and we had 9-lap tires, and we pitted there, and it put us back towards the end of the lead lap cars, and that's just can't pass.
This race looked like a lot like last year.
It was worse. It just, you can't pass. I mean, 30, 40 lap tires, and you could just stay up front. Cars that I was lapping, you know, restart on the front, and just can't pass them. Like, that's an aerodynamic problem we got to figure out.
It's all like a battle of track position. We've already talked about the
I call it track position. The racing is track position. This is the new, you know, NASCAR, where these cars you cannot pass. You just get out front, don't mess up on pit road, don't mess up your strategy, and you'll win. That's what the 5 car has done in his wins. It's just tinker along, and the race just falls, you know, right perfectly.
Well, Denny, you had some choice words there. Where exactly did that start? What happened?
Well, he's got to give room. That's why he always gets wrecked at Bristol and a couple other racetracks. First of all, he got his ride because of his name. Second of all, you got to take advantage of the opportunity. If he's points racing, you can't crowd a guy that's running. I'm on the bottom. I'm all the way to the apron. So I'm doing everything I can. Then after the checker flag, he wants to run into me. So I run him into the fence. So Danny says, look, he ain't got to fix it. Well, maybe he needs to take his little ass over there and fix his race cars if he wants to keep wrecking. So he needs to learn a lesson.
All right, there's Denny's side of the story.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin checked and released from the care center. Denny, what happened there between you and Chase Elliott?
I got right rear hooked in the middle straight away.
Did you think there was any kind of retaliation there, or what was the deal? What led to that?
Yeah, it's a tantrum, and he shouldn't be racing next week. Right rear hooks are absolutely unacceptable. I don't care. It's the same thing Bubba Wallace did with Kyle Larson. The exact same. He shouldn't be racing. It's a tantrum.
Thanks, Denny.